Hello and welcome to What Map, the map review show for City Skylines. There are tens of thousands of maps in the workshop now, and so finding the right one for your next build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review one, using our 5-star rating for aesthetics, detail and gameplay potential, awarding only the very best the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to Saturday's What Map. Now today we're going to do a subscriber request, and it's for Poznań in Poland. Now I've had a look on the workshop and there's not too many options for Poznań, but this is the one with the most interesting thumbnail, and it's by Oliwier EB. I apologise if I've got your name wrong there. Now this particular map is about 2 years old. It was originally uploaded in June 2015, so it's going to be lacking a little bit of the ultra modern finesse that we're used to seeing now, but the actual descriptive page is really good. Quite a nice little read there that you can get into, and you know, if you know the Poznań area, this will mean hopefully a bit to you. Nothing to subscribe to. I'm using the Definitive Vision LUT again, and a standard European theme. That's basically it. Now the roads, this particular highway here on the left will be perfect, but the right hand one just wants to jink about, like here. And this I find particularly odd, because like I say, the left hand lane's absolutely spot on. I don't understand why the right hand lane can't be exactly the same. But yeah, lots of just jinking about. You'd probably look at the background going, that's a bit flat, isn't it? Well, it sure is, and we'll investigate that further in a minute. As we approach the intersection, we've got this awful jink. Now that's easily resolved just by drawing the lane out just a little bit further back. So we just get an easier bend. What have we got here? We've got a more intricate cloverleaf junction, which, to be honest, it's a pleasure to see. So used to seeing the vanilla cloverleaf over and over and over again. This is quite nice. It's the slopes on the ramps aren't too steep. It merges very nicely. It handles the weight of traffic. Lovely. Quite happy with that. And then we'll head down to the bridge. Now it's a standard ordinary bridge, a little bit on the steep side going up there. I'd like to see that eased out a little bit. This side's not so bad. It's still a fraction too steep for my liking, but it's not as bad as the first side. So there you are. Other than that, perfectly happy with that bridge. Let's roll along, and I can see an intersection, and now this is a potential start square. I don't remember where the exact start square was, to be honest with you. It's been quite some time since I opened this map up, and I've been busy doing things. But once again, we've got the same intricate cloverleaf there. Highway going off in either direction, quite close to the river, so you could use that as a start square. You can just about get some pumps down to that river, hopefully. And then the highway goes on, and we come down to this Trumpet Intersection. Now this is another one where the highways are drawn away from each other. Like here, once again, you've got the kink. Doesn't need to be, because what you could do is quite easily just demolish the highway that's part of the plopped intersection. Just demolish this bit and just lay down a new highway and just reconnect to the outlet for the Trumpet. It's not the biggest job, and it would look so much tidier for it. Right, so we're back down to street level, and where's this fella going? Well, it's going through some of the flattest, greenest, dullest countryside you'll ever see. And like I say, it's a 2-year-old map, so we're looking at the level of detailing back then. I mean, it's one of these things evolve, the game evolves, and our perception of what's possible evolves. So yes, I mean, like, think when the PS3 came out, or when the first games came out, they were quite simple, and then nasty kink, and then by the end of it, we had things like The Last of Us. You wouldn't have even dreamt that was possible out of a machine like the PlayStation 3. And this is the same with the game here. This was 2 years ago, and this would have been very nice 2 years ago. It's just a bit a bit plain now. But if you're from the Poznań area, then maybe this road layout means something to you. It doesn't mean anything to me. I'm just looking at it as a map. I'm assuming that Poznań looks exactly like this. I know it doesn't, but I'm assuming that it does. Yeah, we'll draw a line under these highways because they're just bouncing around and kinking around just a little bit. Let's have a look at the rail instead. Now we've got 4 rail connections. You've seen the 4 highway connections already. The 4 rail connections, this is the first of the 4, and this is the one I've probably got the most problem with because, first of all, this bridge over the top here is a little bit crooked, and it dead ends right over the top of the highway, and we've got this massively steep, almost a 1-in-1 gradient there, and almost a 1-in-1 gradient there, which is awful for a train. But why? Why? You could have stopped that rail line, just stopped it back here. There's no reason for it to have actually gone over the highway, and then we could have built our own bridge, and then you wouldn't get down marked for that. This is the second of the 4 highway rail connections. Not much to report there. Stops near the river. And then the third one stops over here. We'll head back towards the fog on this one. You'll see the reason for this in a minute. It's not just because I want to be different, but because I like to make a journey of these things where possible. And where it goes off into the fog, you go, oh yeah, oh look, there's a second connection. And it goes through the fog. Let's keep down so you can see this. I can switch the fog off, but I like the fog on the edge of the map personally. That's just me. Things that are in the fog become difficult to see, but this one you can just about make out. And then we pull out, and once again I'm assuming this is the actual rail route that you'd find in Poznań, and it just trails up here, and it's going to dead end in a moment, not too far from the other rail route. So that's it. Let's do the 60-second asset review, and let's try and do it in 50 seconds again. It's Saturday, so it is the quirky asset day, and it's the Vertical Farming Industry CC by Cushy Crux. Obviously the CC is short for Cushy Crux. We've done Cushy Crux's work before, and they're quite good, quite skilled. Now this is, well, it's just a vertical farming unit, you know. It's a slightly futuristic thing, and somebody's left the box outside. Hoping that doesn't get stolen. But yes, it's fascinating, it's nicely designed, it's different, it's quirky, it's Saturday, let's review it. That's it. Vertical Farming Industry CC by Cushy Crux. 60 seconds in 50, that was. Boy, am I proud of myself. Back to Poznań. Here's your shipping route. It comes a little way up the river and it stops. There's nothing from the other side. That's your lot. But there is water flow right the way down the river, all the way down, so you can stick your sewage outflow and it'll be washed away to pollute somebody else's map. Okay, now we look at the yes, the topography. There isn't any really. It's almost perfectly flat. I mean, really, there's not much to report. We've got trees here, vanilla trees, and then we got the river. You've seen the river. I don't mind the river. The banks on the river are workable. Very happy with those, and I like the way they've like changed the tone of the banks just to make it stand out a little bit better. Very nice. Got a few of these little dotted lakes around. Just adds a bit of interest, I guess. And then, like I say, we've trying to mark out these fields with lines of trees and stuff like that, and it's okay. And then you've got this really, really drab bit of farmland here. I mean, this is fertile land, but as far as you can see, there's just nothing going on at all. But, you know, it's a fair effort at making things look a little bit different. And if I say nothing, it goes quiet. See that? Okay, we are looking at Poznań by Oliwier EB. It's an old map. Aesthetically, it's not ugly. It's not brilliant. I'm going to slap it down the middle with a 3. Detailing, there really isn't any of note, and I'm not particularly happy with the bridges. I'm going to be tough and mark it down to a 2 stars for that one. But I'm pretty sure if it's remade today it'd be much better. Gameplay potential, it's got all the connections that you need, lots of build playing. Nothing really enthuses me to want to play this map, but I'll give it 3 stars anyway. So that's Poznań by Oliwier EB. And that's today's map done. Now next week we'll start again, we'll do some more. I might even show you a few of the maps that haven't loaded properly for me, so you can possibly avoid them or look at them and complain to me that I've got doing something wrong. And also, hopefully by the end of next week, we've got a brand new special show coming up for you guys, and I know a lot of you are going to want to watch it. So thanks, and I'll see you then. Bye now.